Hello, and welcome to the UAP network. Tonight, on Known Unknowns, we're examining one of the most unsettling questions in ancient history. Did our ancestors use sound and vibration to build structures that still defy modern explanation? When most people think of ancient Egypt, they imagine brute force. Thousands of laborers hauling stone with ropes, ramps, and copper tools. Sweat, repetition, and sheer human effort. But there is a growing body of research suggesting something far more sophisticated may have been at work. Something rooted not in muscle, but in resonance, in sound itself. We've discussed the Great Pyramid before, particularly the idea that the king's chamber appears to be acoustically tuned. But this phenomenon isn't isolated to Giza. It appears again and again across the world. Let's begin in Malta, at the 5,000-year-old hypogeum of Hal Saflieni. This is not simply an underground temple. It is, quite literally, a precision acoustic instrument. Within the structure lies the so-called oracle chamber. When a deep male voice chants from a specific position, the entire three-level complex begins to vibrate. The frequency produced is remarkably consistent, between 110 and 111 Hz. That number matters. Studies suggest that this frequency can alter human brain activity, encouraging trance-like states by affecting the prefrontal cortex, the region responsible for attention and cognitive control. In that space, sound isn't merely heard, it's felt, through bone, tissue, and the body itself. Now let's move north, to England, and to Stonehenge. Today it appears silent, isolated, exposed. But acoustic modelling tells a very different story. In its original configuration, Stonehenge functioned as a contained sound arena. The arrangement of the sarsen stones caused sound generated within the circle to be reflected inward, amplified, and sustained. Step just a few meters outside the structure, and the sound all but vanished. It wasn't simply a ritual space. It was a controlled acoustic environment, private, intentional, and immersive. Finally, we travel to the high Andes of Peru, to the ancient complex of Chavín de Huántar. Here, archaeologists uncovered narrow stone corridors arranged in a labyrinthine design, along with conch shell trumpets known as pututus. When played within the tunnels, the sound behaves strangely. Echoes overlap. Direction becomes impossible to determine. The resonance is so complex that listeners report the sensation that the walls themselves are speaking. For initiates entering the temple, the experience would have been deeply disorienting, perhaps even transformative. Sound was used not merely as music, but as psychological architecture. At this point, we haven't addressed the obvious question: who designed all of this? Because when you consider the scale of the Giza Plateau, the precision, the alignment, the repeated appearance of tuned chambers, explanations based solely on ropes and ramps begin to feel incomplete. What if these recurring acoustic signatures exist not because ancient humans were simply clever, but because they were following instructions? Consider this. A civilization capable of interstellar travel would not rely on inefficient propulsion systems or tensile limited lifting methods. They would exploit fundamental physics, wave behavior, resonance, frequency. To such an intelligence, a 70-ton stone block isn't heavy. It's matter oscillating at a particular frequency. If you can manipulate sound at a sufficiently advanced level, you don't lift stone. You decouple it from gravity. Some theorists suggest the Great Pyramid was never intended as a tomb at all, but as a vast, resonant device. Its granite beams are rich in quartz, a material known for its piezoelectric properties. In this framework, the pyramid may have acted as a giant lens, focusing Earth's natural vibrations, including the Schumann resonance, and projecting that energy upward. And then there are the legends. Singing stones. Walls that fall at the sound of trumpets. Rocks said to float in distant mountains. Perhaps these weren't metaphors. Perhaps they were distorted memories. Fragments of a time when sound was used to shape reality itself. Imagine a tool that doesn't drill or cut, but emits a concentrated frequency, vibrating stone at the atomic level until it simply moves aside. No dust, no debris, just precision we still cannot replicate. So were the pyramids built by gods who understood the music of the universe? Or are we merely cosmic apprentices, long separated from the original instruction manual? From Malta to England to Peru, the pattern is unmistakable. Ancient sites engineered for specific acoustic effects, often centered around the same resonant frequencies. Were these structures designed to heal, to alter consciousness, to interact with the planet itself? The questions remain unanswered, but the answers may still be vibrating within the stone. What do you think? Is there more to these ancient wonders than meets the eye, or rather, the ear? Let us know in the comments, and join us again as we continue exploring the known unknowns.